Hello, Cryptonauts! Welcome back to another episode of Cryptocurrency Chat. I'm your host, Blockchain John, with my co-host, Jake Jabarelli, with Jabarelli Farms, or Jabarelli.com, right, Jake?
That's right.
That's right. Cool. Well, welcome.
Good to be here.
Welcome. So, Cryptonauts, we are going to give you the top 10 daily stats and your crypto news of the day. So, go ahead and take that, Jake, with our top 10.
Cool. Well, on CoinGecko, the market overall is down just a tiny little bit over the last 24 hours, but that doesn't mean that Bitcoin or Ethereum or Cardano, which is now in third place, is any less aware for what's been going on. So, Bitcoin is number one at about 48,300. 7-day gain of about 3%. The market is very nearly up to $1 trillion at $910 billion right now.
Wow.
Ethereum still in second place. Dropped a little bit in the last, in the last 7 days overall. It's down to 3150, and its market cap is about 368 billion. Cardano, of course, is the one that we will be talking about that later, but Cardano is up quite a bit, 17.2%, even versus every single other except for Solana, which we'll get to later. But pretty much up. $2.57 as of this reading. That's $82.3 billion. And like I said, 17% over the last 17 days, or probably 7 days. Binance Coin falling out of third place because Cardano took over it. Is at 68 billion over the last 7 days, 7.6% gain over 7 days, at a price of $440. Tether, which of course is a stable coin, hasn't changed in price, at least not much. Has a slightly less of a market cap of 64.7 billion. XRP or Ripple is at $1.20, not much more than a stable coin. But it's lost quite a bit, so 7% loss over the last 7 days, and a market cap of 55.3 billion. Dogecoin still doing pretty well, actually. It's up at about 30 cents right now, 5.3% gain over 7 days, at a $40.3 billion market cap. Polkadot in position 8 after Dogecoin. It's currently at 26.72, a roughly 17% gain, and 27.3 billion in market cap. USD coin, which again is another stable coin, it's slightly down, but it doesn't fluctuate much. At 26.9 billion, that's the market cap. And then in place 10, Solana, which is doing very, very well right now, at 63% gain over the last 7 days. You think it's going to probably go to, I think it's probably going to hit position 9. It's not that far away from USD coin.
Yeah, it's going to take it over.
And it's at 20.6 billion in market cap. So the overall market cap is still above 2 trillion, 2.126 trillion, or 21.26 billion dollars total value of the entire market cap. And just as a reminder, I'm so bad at this. I know John's good at it, but I used to be really good at collecting my candies every single day. And that's how I got to over 10,000 candies. But
look at that. I collected all my candies of the week.
Not always collecting my candies every single day like I should be, but I do every single time we do these podcasts. I definitely remember to collect them.
Collect your candies.
Collect your candies and get your goodies from CoinGecko.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for following us here. So when we get to the news, we've got some other announcements.
News.
Right.
You want to start off first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let's go ahead with the Ethereum rock. How about that? Let's do Ethereum rock. This is written by Ek and Jenk. Ethereum rock JPEG sells for $600,000 as NFT frenzy continues. Wow. $608,000 for a picture of a rock might sound too wild to be real, but today one crude illustration from NFT project Ether Rocks sold just for that. Now sellers want even more for the flashy JPEGs. The cheapest pet rock sells for $1 million. What? This is crazy, dude. Just yesterday the cheapest rock was priced at $305,000, and only 2 weeks ago one sold for $100,000. Why? I don't understand it. The buyer of yesterday's cheapest rock could have made $400,000 if they sold at today's market rate. The rocks are NFTs or non-fungible tokens, blockchain-based tokens that demonstrate ownership over digital items such as images or video files or physical asset. There are 100 Ether rocks, each created in 2017, ancient for an NFT project. The illustration came from a royalty-free clip art database. Look at this. This is even free images. They didn't even pay somebody on Fiverr to do this stuff. It's royalty-free clip art. This is crazy. This is crazy. They're making millions off this stuff. All 100 rocks look the same but are painted in different colors. Ether Rock 55, a rock sold for $109,000 yesterday, is one of the only 4 blue rocks. Its sell led to a spike in trading. Tron CEO Justin Sun, known for his flashy spending habits, said he bought a rock for $500,000 this morning. Freaking guy. He didn't say which one, but he tweeted. But his tweet indicates a gray rock. An Ether Rock Twitter bot confirms a sell of such a rock for $580,000 2 hours before Sun's tweet. Yeah, the rock has laser eyes. Look at that. Nice. All right. There it is, man. NFTs. It's crazy. It's a crazy world.
There was an article about Board Ape Yacht Club recently, and if you guys read Decrypt, you'll probably see it. But it's an op-ed, so we're not including it in the news. But the gist of it is the guy said he didn't really understand the perspective of the high value NFT club that he's joined, and until recently, and he was comparing it favorably to the early days of domain name selling, and that's actually where this guy had made all his money, the op-ed writer. But it's kind of a, you wouldn't understand it unless you were in it from the beginning kind of thing. But I liken it to the way that Sotheby's does auctions. A lot of it has to do with a way of storing value, where you don't have to pay, taxes on it. So people are sticking their money into these NFTs because it's a lot easier to buy and sell NFTs than it is to go to Sotheby's and pay them. And it's going to likely go up in value, especially with the craze. We had one craze with NFTs not that long ago. Now we're on the second craze with NFTs. I can only imagine where this is going to be in 3 years.
Yeah, it's going to be.
All those people who made the money, who bought their NFTs now, are going to be that much more wealthy, when the next major craze hits. So
yeah, I think
we'll just have to see where it goes.
I think the next major craze is going to be like mainstream artists, and I'm talking about like musicians. Imagine that, dude. They're like royalty, like they're not. There's no need for a middleman anymore. You can sell directly to consumer, dude.
Exactly.
Same thing.
That's what I was
Same thing with movies, right? Obviously, we have images, but artists, like this is all happening now. It's not mainstream yet in crypto, or let alone just out in public. But it's there on the back end of crypto. People are selling directly to consumer. Like for example, I got my book published and minted on the Ravencoin blockchain. So if you want to buy my book, you can definitely do that for $1 worth of Raven.
This is one of the ways I think that you'll be able to curtail in a sense. With IPFS, you can put anything up there, and even if you don't own it, like some people have obviously already done. But the thing that's going to be interesting about this is like with people who produce movies, they want to get paid back for the hundreds of millions of dollars they poured into that movie. Well, now you can actually trace where it goes. You can see who bought it, who bought the copy, who actually owns that copy, or that exact, maybe the original raw format of the movie. You can see who owns it. Maybe it's the movie production house, but you can also see all the copies of it. See where they went, who has them, who holds them. And you can definitely get paid for it because it's direct transaction, no middleman. That this is the one thing that a lot of American companies have made money off of being the middleman, but crypto gets rid of the middleman, and so it's direct to artist.
What's nice about this is that you don't need, when it comes to movies, it's not necessary to make 1 million copies of the movie. You just need one copy of the movie uploaded to blockchain. And what the consumer is purchasing is technically the hash that allows them access to that film. So, and that hash is basically their NFT that they keep on their decentralized wallet. It's amazing. I would love to have that. That's great. Yeah.
and it's direct. And then of course with resale, the one big advantage of NFTs, as we've already said, granted NFTs being non-fungible, you can't split them up, and they're all unique. If you made a movie and made an NFT out of it, it would be unique, and no one. I mean, you would be the sole owner of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
if you had the same movie,
the secondary market of NFTs also pays the original producer. So, like, you could buy a movie of, let's say, E.T. or Goonies or something. I know those are old movies, but you could buy that movie and buy a copy. But as soon as you buy that copy, and then if you try to resell it to something, some place that collects movies and resells movies, if at all that even happens, like DVDs or VHS or something, the original producer of that copy doesn't get paid. But on the secondary market with NFTs, the original producer always gets paid. The third, fourth, fifth time, however many times it gets sold, the original producer gets
I do want to elaborate on that, because that varies by the actual NFT exchange itself that's set up that way. Also, there's some blockchains that have that built-in feature, and I think Dynamo actually is going to have that when they start doing NFTs. They're going to have that built into the core wallet, which is a nice feature. I like that because, like you said, if you're the original creator, you want a little kickback if somebody else is selling it for $10 million, right, $100 million. And let's have a little kickback to the original owner. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one. We got here from another one from Ek and Jenk. I guess Ek and Jenk is spending the weekend writing news articles for Decrypt. By the way, they are hiring. If you're interested in joining the Decrypt team, they are hiring. I don't have any affiliation other than reading their news for them, but I don't get paid from them. So this is, hey, check them out. They're awesome. I like the way they work, by the way. More than 70,000 ETH has now been burned by EIP 1559. The Ethereum network has been on fire since the transaction fee burning up EIP 1559 came into effect on August 5th. The total amount of coins burned, removed from the network's circulation, has now topped 71,000 ETH, or $221.5 million. EIP 1559 burns ETH that had been used to pay for transactions on the Ethereum network, such as swapping a coin on a decentralized exchange or transferring an NFT. EIP 1559 was one of the 5 upgrades introduced as part of the Ethereum's London hard fork on August 5th. Before EIP 1559, the Ethereum network didn't burn tokens, although several Ethereum-based tokens such as Shiba Inu burned tokens as part of their monetary policy. Instead, gas fees went to Ethereum miners, a decentralized network of powerful computers that kept the network humming. But now, unless users tip miners will no longer receive those fees, which are instead burned. The network used to determine the gas price according to the laws of supply and demand. EIP 1559 replaced that with a flat fee apart from exceptional periods of congestion. It cost 32 Gwei, or approximately $2.10, to process a simple transaction in 3 minutes at the time of writing. Transaction costs are higher for more complicated transactions. It costs about $8.80 to transfer a token on the NFT marketplace. OpenSea, the largest NFT marketplace, is also the biggest gas spender, responsible for 8,750 ETH since EIP 1559 came into force. OpenSea's trading volume has spiked since the CryptoPunks trading frenzy began on July 31st. And it costs $20.20 to process a simple token swap on decentralized finance protocol Uniswap. The protocol accounts for the second most amount of gas burnt, totaling 5,128 ETH, approximately $16.7 million so far. Ethereum's gas-guzzling miners won't be here for long. The network will soon transition to a proof-of-stake consensus mechanism, which doesn't need miners. When that comes into force, Ethereum will rely on stakers. Ethereum stakers verify transactions by pledging ETH to the Ethereum 2.0 smart contract. Stakers are rewarded with newly minted ETH for securing the network, just like miners on Ethereum 1.0. Today, the amount of staked on Ethereum surpassed 7 million ETH, worth $22.9 billion, according to data from blockchain analytics firm Nansen. Staked ETH is locked until an update that will follow the merge of when Ethereum 1.0 and 2.0 communicate for the first time. Developers expect the merge to ship by early 2022, and that update to unlock stake ETH will happen shortly after. Until then, a little patience is required. Alright, so first of all, it's not going to happen. I don't care what you say, Jake, it's not going to happen. Early 2022, forget about it. It ain't happening. It ain't happening.
I don't think it's Vitaly Buterin was saying it was going to happen in early 2022 anyways. He's already thought that it was going to be pushed back to early 2023. But we'll have to see, because Ethereum, none of this is assured. It's not like you could jump into the market and it just stays that way. If you think about it, businesses like mine, running crypto, we're all wanting this thing to exist, but we have to diversify if we want to survive. And that's one of the things that a lot of people look at big businesses, like Ford or GM or something. They make cars, but they've diversified a lot because they know that some of the things they make aren't going to survive. And so you end up having to branch out if you want to survive. It's funny to see it happen in Korea. Companies, big companies that don't just make one thing. They just make electronics, they make cars, they make appliances, they make tires, they make all kinds of different things. Like, why would you guys do so much? And they're like, because we don't want our business to dry up.
Yeah.
People want to do something different. So with ETH, you can't just depend. My farm does mostly ETH, but I'm already looking at other alternatives because I don't want my customers to not be able to make more coin. So
Yep.
It's a strange kind of adaptability. A lot of people expect you to be a certain way, but you're like, well, I can't do this forever because it doesn't support my business structure.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry I dropped out there. Somehow my mic.
No, I didn't notice you dropped out. You're fine.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to. Let me do one more, which is Dynamo Coin. So here is dynamocoin.org. I have been part of Dynamo since the beginning as a what's the proper word? I'm not a developer, I'm not a coder, I'm not part of the team. I'm part of the community, right? I like the community. It's great. They're very friendly. They're very welcoming, and they're very open-minded to ideas, which is one of the biggest things that other blockchains projects don't have. Like, if you're not part of their team, then whatever idea you have, they're not open to it, right? Dynamo Coin's different. They're willing to hear the community out, and if you got a good idea that can be developed on Dynamo Coin, they're willing to try it out. So here we have Dynamo Coin, which they just pushed out their web wallet, which you can go. By the way, this website's just freshly updated, brand new website. Looks beautiful. Love it. Look at this. Look at this. Great. They are on Twitter. They are on YouTube. Here's their transparency, fair issuance, decentralized management, economic policy, transparency, security. Their mission statement. Yeah. They do have their meetings. What is it? Wednesday and Friday, or Monday and Friday, something like that. Yeah, check them out on YouTube. So, you want to set up your web wallet for Dynamo Coin. They do have a web wallet. It's finally available. You can literally go here. It's this easy. Bling, it opens up. Create new wallet, right? Bing, enter your password. A 4-digit password or whatever it is, and then you get your private keys. You're good to go. You're set up. Awesome. So easy, not difficult. Okay? So now that they have this, they're going to be pushing out the NFT marketplace pretty soon here. I think, was it within the next month, Jake?
Yep. Yeah. They already, the Qt wallet already shows NFT functionality, but I don't believe it's actually started yet.
Right.
So we're prepared. We're ready to go.
Yeah, they're pretty much there. It's almost there. And on top of that, they're building an RPG MMO or an MMO RPG game, which looks really great. And I can't believe this is actually being built in the blockchain. Actually, I kind of want to ask a little more how that all works, because you're supposed to be able to, like, I guess, mine within the game and earn Dynamo Coin. That's pretty cool. Imagine that. Like, you're not mining with your GPU. You're just playing the game, and your actions within the game, you can actually earn
the proof of stake functionality. So yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
Because Dynamo is proof of work and proof of stake, and that's deliberately to fight the 51% attack.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I think Sean called it the 86% attack, which at that point makes it not just difficult, but stupid to even bother doing it and try to do a double spend. So
Okay, that was my third news. I just wanted to bring that up. Check it out. They're easy to get into. DynamoCoin.org. Set up your web wallet for free. Very easy. Okay, now, Jake, are you able to screen share so I can capture your news?
Sure. Yep, I can screen share. Do that here. Screen share.
Got it. CoinDesk.
Alright, that's just one of them. I'm just going to bring this one over because that's the one I want to go first.
Nice. Decrypt.
So Deloitte's survey, crypto will rival or replace fiat within 10 years. I am a firm believer of this. In fact, I think it might be sooner than that, but let's just get to it. Deloitte's annual global blockchain survey has found that 76%, let's see what is written by here, again. 76% of finance professionals think the digital assets will serve as a strong alternative to or outright replacement for fiat currencies within the next 5 to 10 years. I think this is a pretty good bet. And the reason I say that is because the Winklevoss twins poured most of their billion that they stole, sued Mark Zuckerberg for several years ago. They basically made their Gemini website. I mean, they're twins, right? So it kind of makes sense that their website would be called Gemini. And they, they're heavily invested into this, and they talk about it all the time. I don't think they're wrong. I'm not particularly fond of their methods, but they've got the right idea, and they're fully invested. I mean, you had $1 billion in the first place to spend on anything. I don't think crypto would be a bad place to put it. That's just my opinion. I'd say most of my assets in crypto, so it kind of makes sense. Deloitte is one of the big four accounting firms, along with KPMG, EY, and PwC. It's conducted a blockchain survey for the last 4 years. The 2021 survey is the first to explicitly cover the commercial activities enabled by blockchain. The firm surveyed more than 1,000 finance professionals based in Brazil, China, Hong Kong, Japan, Singapore, South Africa, the United Arab Emirates, and the United Kingdom and the U.S. It was conducted between March 24th and April 10th, the heyday of the cryptocurrency market this yeir. 81% of respondents agreed that the technology is broadly scalable and has achieved mainstream adoption. 73% thought that their business should adopt blockchain and digital assets and would lose a competitive advantage if they did not adopt the technology. But it wasn't all roses, right? 65% of finance professionals considered existing financial infrastructure among the biggest obstacles to the acceptance of digital assets. I mean, the old guard doesn't want to give up their money.
Right.
Not that surprising. 63% thought cybersecurity is another barrier, and 60% saw regulatory obstacles, and I definitely agree with that. The concerns are unsurprising, given that legal frameworks and technical infrastructures have yet to keep up with crypto, a nascent technology created just over a decade ago. So there's plenty of cybersecurity breaches to scare away high-stake industries. No doubt. One just happened just recently with another rug pull. But despite the challenges, crypto has a strong appeal among finance professionals. When it came to the question of how crypto would be deployed, 43% of those surveyed said that their business may eventually adopt cryptocurrencies as a payment option, and 45% would tokenize their assets, whereas 44% said crypto would allow their institution access to decentralized finance. Might the professionals have responded differently if the survey had been taken place during the spring crash? So the spring rise and bull market? So yes, I of course everybody's up on the as things are going along. Oh, this is brilliant, this is great, this is going to be the next big thing. And they just said the same thing back in 2017 when everything was blowing up. But the long game, as Buffett would probably put it, is really the best way to go with it. And if you're going to be in it, you're going to be in it for life, most likely.
I'm in it for life. Yeah, that's right. Got a decade under my belt, man.
Exactly. So let's get over here to a different news site, which I have read many a time. In fact, before I even found Decrypt, I was on it. But I wanted to confirm that CoinDesk and Decrypt have both made an article regarding Cardano's price hike recently. So we're going to get into that here. So Cardano price hits all-time high, overtakes Binance Coin, as we said earlier in the CoinGecko reading, as third most valuable crypto. Cardano, the native cryptocurrency powering Charles Hoskinson's public blockchain, has hit a fresh all-time high and has surpassed Binance's native token in the total market capitalization.
Can you zoom in a bit?
Press time. Pardon?
Can you zoom in a bit on the text?
I can try. Let's see.
Right there. Yeah, that's good.
As of press time, ADA's market capitalization stands at $80.7 billion compared to Binance Coin's $72.1 billion. Data from provided Masari shows. ADA's price is a staggering 20% almost on the day, and is continuing to drive from Thursday's run where it came closely to setting fresh price highs. The crypto has been on a tear in the recent weeks, up 150% since July 21st low of $1. So it's what, 256 now? And it was $1 then. So ADA is currently changing hands around about $2.50 at the time of this writing, reaching a record high of 255 at 256 as Asian trading hours. Strong levels of daily buyer volume, and the most since end of May, are matching price action, as you can see in this chart down here, on the way, signaling demand and strength in the conviction of ADA's trend. It would appear that the Alonzo upgrade is having a significant impact on investors' sentiment. The upgrade seeks to usher in smart contract functionality and address what critics have been describing as one of the network's most glaring deficiencies. So, Cardano, the upgrade is slated for October 1st. Cardano has been through multiple developmental phases, including the foundational phase, Byron, and the decentralized phase, Shelley. These are the names, like the city names used in Ethereum, which saw the introduction of delegated staking. According to the Cardano roadmap, smart contracts will go live when the project enters its third era, otherwise known as Godwin. I'm butchering this name. I'm so sorry to anyone who has that name. Cardano was founded by Ethereum co-founder Charles Hoskinson in 2017 and aims to directly compete with Ethereum, and it definitely is. I mean, it's right behind it, right, on the chart. and other decentralized application platforms as a more scalable, secure, and efficient alternative. This is kind of the end of the article, but I kind of want to try this into what I see Dynamo doing. Obviously, Dynamo's very new. It only came out end of May. But based on what it's been adding to its functionality, I'm biased. I'll admit I have a lot of Dynamo, but I'm still very confident in its functionality because so much functionality is being added to it that I can see its utility surpassing Cardano and Ethereum. It probably won't happen for a couple years, but and obviously Blockchain John and I are very well invested in the idea. We're not just doing this because, it's almost like the same way Sean said it. Sean, who's the creator of Dynamo, he's not in it for the money. He's in it for the functionality. He's in it to make the world better, and it is already showing its true colors. So, where Ethereum, I'm not saying Ethereum was generated solely to make people money. It obviously has made a lot of people money, particularly through NFTs. But each new iteration that comes down the line, what's it called? Not Sushi Swap. What's the original? I can't remember what it's called.
Uniswap?
Uniswap, yeah. What Uniswap, set out to do in doing DeFi, that's just another iteration. It's the same thing. So, Bitcoin was the first. Ethereum wasn't technically the second, but kind of iterating on Bitcoin, and now Cardano iterating on that. And you get further down the line, someone's going to eventually beat Dynamo Coin much, much further down the line. Maybe it's already been invented, we don't know. But the more added functionality you can get into a blockchain token, the better it can become for everyone who uses it. So
that's the whole idea, man.
It's great to see Cardano doing so well. We'll get back here to this other article. You have anything to say? I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you there.
No, that's fine. I was just contemplating the fact that how blockchain has really pushed us technically into a whole different generation. Like the old school, like you said, old money is still holding on to old money. It's unbelievable that they don't use blockchain to transmit their fiat internationally. They're to transfer billions, it's costing them hundreds of thousands of dollars. Literally, there was an article here not so long ago that there was this fellow transferring like what was it, $500 million, and it cost him like, what was it, $50.
Yep.
That's amazing. And not only that, he didn't have to go through all the loopholes and the regulations, all that stuff. He just sent it. Not a problem.
Exactly.
And he got there instantly. Obviously, let the transaction process through. Good to go. Instead of waiting 3, 5, 7, 15 days, whatever it is now. It's crazy.
Exactly.
Not only that, it's not being held by the banks. Like, hey, we gotta investigate why you're sending all this money. You know what? If it's your money, it's your money. As long as you're not trying to use it to harm anybody, right?
Yeah.
Do what you want to do with it, man. If you want to move overseas and buy yourself a beautiful house, so be it. Have the freedom to do that.
Governments want control. Government seriously.
Yeah, but and then there's and that's why the Chinese citizens are really, really into crypto, because unlike us, we do have that freedom to do what we want with our own money. They don't. Social credit is horrible, and you know what I'm talking about, right? Social credit.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I know, because they can ding you in no time at all, and then you can't travel and you can't do anything.
You can't
punish.
Exactly, and then if you want to spend, say for example, you have $200 in your bank account. Well, guess what? That's frozen. You're only allowed to take out $20 for that day. It's like, dude, I want to take my family out. You know, I want kids. You know, I want to take out my uncles, my aunts, my friends. We want to go out to a dinner. Nope, you're only getting $20 because
they're forcing morality on their version of morality on people.
So when it comes to the digital yuan, that's what kind of scares me about that in CBDCs is that once that comes out into market, I don't really feel comfortable using that. I know blockchain, decentralized crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum. I understand this stuff. CBDCs kind of scares me a bit when it's controlled by governments. I don't know about that. Yeah, sorry about that. I just went on my rant.
No, it's no problem. It's a very good point. So, continuing on to the last article here, we have the liquid exchange attack. Can a crypto wallet ever be 100% safe from hacks? Japanese cryptocurrency exchange Liquid Global saw close to $100 million of funds stolen in a hack on Thursday. Now, because it's not as big as that other hack, the $600 million, but it's still quite a big cash.
Mm-hmm.
The firm said the attack targeted its multi-party computation MPC system of custody. Quote, this time, the MPC wallet, used for warehousing, delivery, management, and cryptographic assets, used by our Singapore subsidiary, not sure how to pronounce that word, Coiny, was damaged by hacking, end quote, the company said in a blog post on the incident translated from Japanese by Google. Hacks are not uncommon in the crypto world, but the Liquid attack was notable because MPC, an advanced cryptographic technique in which private key controlling funds is generated collectively by a set of parties, none of whom can see the fragments calculated by the others, appears to be the technology of choice among banks and blue-chip companies looking to get into crypto. Deals for MPC companies show the demand for the technology. Those deals include PayPal's acquisition of Curve in March and Gemini's acquisition of ShardX in June. The BNY Mellon, the world's leading custody bank, cemented a partnership with MPC provider Fireblocks earlier this year. Banks eyeing the cryptocurrency sector probably see MPC as desirable because the technology can be configured to meet the requirements and offer a more flexible, self-managed product than simply handing over the keys to a third-party custodian. MPC culpa, sorry, that's like mea culpa. However, the manner in which MPC wallets can be configured is where weakness, namely human error, can creep in. Fireblock CEO Michael Sholov said, I butchered his name, I apologize. Liquid Exchange used MPC technology provided by Israel-based Unbound Security, according to two sources familiar with the arrangement. Unbound is a highly respected cryptographic company that is backed by Goldman Sachs and used by JP Morgan Chase in its Onyx blockchain-based services. The spokesman for Unbound said via email that the company was, quote, unable to comment on items that fall outside of our remit, end quote. According to Sholov, Thursday's its attack on Liquid was probably related to a hack into the exchange's system last November when an attacker gathered data on the firm's security setup. Quote, although the hack was on their hot wallets that are based on MPC, the assumption is that this has nothing to do with MPC's vulnerabilities, Shilov told to CoinDesk. In Shilov's opinion, the exchange security policy was likely designed in such a way that the original hacker was able to bypass the entire approval process and instruct the wallets to withdraw coins without affecting the private key. In my business, nothing is 0%, Shilov said, but the chances that a hacker was able to figure something out without unbound MPC's protocol are very, very slim. Talberry's chief security officer of the MPC-powered Zengo wallet shared that view. Most likely, it is not the MPC, but some other problem, he told Coinbase via Telegram. MPC enables users to effectively reduce the risk of key stealing by a factor of different parties. So it can be 2x, 3x, etc. harder, but not impossible. The attack on Liquid proves the thesis that MPC alone is not enough, according to Lior Lamesh, CEO of co-founder GK8, an Israel custody tech firm that uses MPC in combination with cold vaults, which are not connected to the internet. Lamesh said hacking is about return on investment, and he estimates that the average hacker would need to invest a few $1 million to compromise a few internet-connected computers. MPC means that the fragments of the key, instead of being located in one internet-connected computer, are located in 2 or 3 different internet-connected computers, Lamesh said. So, without going too much further into this, this article is not much longer, but really the point here is, even though there was a theft, it was either a really complicated theft.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Which isn't that uncommon when it comes right down to it. It's not, all crimes are crimes of opportunity. But the main thing is they don't think it was really MPC that was at fault. They think it was really, human error that was at fault. One of the things I was talking about this yesterday with some tech friends who are much more into tech, not the same level I when it comes to security in particular, is that the hacking, we call it an industry, the group of people who do hacking for the sake of money have realized, and it's probably been 30 years in the making that they've realized this is not a new realization, but a lot of other people have come to that conclusion, that getting in the back door is not easy. Getting in the front door is really easy, because all you got to do is fool people who know nothing about computers into thinking that you're a computer.
Mm-hmm.
So the easier way is to trick people, and that's always been true. It's how you steal money in the first place. I mean, of course, you can try to rob a bank, especially if the bank isn't being protected by very much. But it's much easier to trick people into giving their money to you than it is to break into their vaults. So that is exactly what people are doing. It really comes down to being smart with your money, and that's always been true. A fool and his money are soon parted.
Yeah, you know what this reminds me of? So this weekend there was this big scam going on in Ravencoin, and it wasn't Ravencoin or the community doing this. It was just a scammer that jumped into the Ravencoin community in Discord and saying, "Hey, download this new Ravencoin QT. It's what you need. It's the newest version of it." And of course, everybody in the community said it's a scam. Do not download it. I'm sure some people did and lost their coins, but it's one of those things that it's human error, and you wanna, when you see something like that and it looks legit, you want to download it. You want to plug in your private keys, and guess what? It's, you're tricked. You just literally deposited your money into someone else's account. You're done.
Exactly.
That's a shame. So Tron came out on the record and said, "Hey man, don't download this. It's not legit. That person was been banned, but they just keep coming back as another person. It sucks, man." And that's one of those things that's eventually going to come to Dynamo Coin. So I hope Sean and the team are ready for that.
Exactly. Once it becomes more popular, it's what happens to everyone. It's like, I guess the analogy I keep thinking back on early days of my use of Linux. I figured Linux was nigh to impossible to crack, and for the most part, backend it is. If you keep your security up properly, no one will get in. There's not really any loophole to it. But people can always get in the front door by tricking you. So that security is almost impossible to guarantee that it's safe unless all the people involved are highly aware and security conscious. So it sounds silly. It's like, well, what? Of course we can be secure. Well, if you leave your front door open or unlocked, or somebody comes to your door as a service person, but they're a thief, you just let them in.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks to have to be skeptical of people all the time in order to keep yourself safe. But you need not paranoid per se, but a healthy dose of skepticism is always a good way to keep oneself safe.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Is there any last things you want to say, Jake?
I think we hit all the points today. It's been good. I think the most important thing is to keep one's eye out for good new coins. Like I said, of course we're promoting Dynamo because we have a bit of asset. We definitely have an investment in it. But we also recognize that it's as producers of this podcast, we're more interested in the culture and the utility of crypto than we are in just being crypto bros and making money off of it. We're not here to shill things. In the reality here is not about shilling. The reality here is about the tool, the functional tool of crypto. Crypto is an amazing concept. I think Mike put it best when he said, there's not enough time in your life to understand it in its entirety. But that doesn't mean it's not worthwhile. So.
Well said. That's the 2 Satoshis of the day, right? Nice.
Yep.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you give us a like, a subscribe, and some comments. We appreciate the comments on YouTube, Twitter, what is it, Discord. Where else are we at? Come on, think. I don't know. Check us out on Discord or go to www.c3media.tech, letter C, number 3, media.tech. We're currently in the process of rebuilding the website. So, yeah, show some support. Can't even talk now. Show some support. Give us some thumbs up. And we'll catch you all on the next one. Stack sats and HODL. Adios.